Archangel Michael says, a financial door is opening for you tonight, but if you ignore this, your miracle will be given to someone else. Beloved, this is not just another message. It's a divine announcement from heaven itself, whispered through the wings of Archangel Michael and delivered straight to your heart. Something invisible shifted around you just an hour ago. Did you feel it? That little pressure in your chest, that sudden silence in the room, or maybe that strange flicker in the lights. It wasn't random. That was heaven knocking, trying to get your attention. Because tonight, yes, tonight, a spiritual door swings open and behind it is a financial blessing you've prayed for even when no one knew you were crying at night. And Michael says if you ignore this message, if you brush it aside as just another thing, then your miracle, your divine moment will be reassigned. It will be handed to someone who is spiritually listening. Someone who opens their heart when the angels whisper, "My child, don't make the mistake of skipping this." Archangel Michael has already fought off 3 blocks to get this to you. You were chosen. You were not supposed to hear this. Not yet. But heaven is desperate to bless you. Because something is coming in not small. Michael is saying the chains around your money situation are breaking. But only if you listen now. If your spirit is tired of barely surviving, then listen closely. A divine transfer is being authorized in heaven. God said, release it. But only to the one who listens without fear. That one is you. But if you delay, if you walk away, it will pass you by. And that blessing, it will land on someone else's lap by morning. Don't say later what your spirit needs right now. You have no idea how long Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you. The angelic realm held a private meeting about you. Yes, you 48 hours ago. A financial opening was discussed. It is unlike anything you've seen before. This is not lottery money. It's not luck. It's spiritual provision. An appointment set by heaven to arrive when your soul was ready to surrender. And that surrender begins the second you open your heart to these words. Pause. Take a breath. Because what's about to come next might overwhelm you. Archangel Michael says, your name has been etched into a heavenly document labeled transfer of provision. And tonight, heaven begins the process, but only if you spiritually agree. Do not scroll past this and pretend you didn't hear the call. Because if you miss this, God says you'll feel the void tomorrow. And worse, you'll know in your soul that the miracle was meant for you. My child, listen closely. Something financial has been blocked in your life, not because of your mistakes, but because of divine timing. But that timing just shifted. And Michael is saying the delay is over. He is holding a key. It glows like molten gold and its shape matches one locked door in your life. The one no one else has been able to open. Not even you. But tonight it opens. But you must say yes. You must believe because that's the only way heaven delivers miracles to the bold and faithful. Dove Dizzy. Wait, before you go any further, this message is not just for the ears. It's for the soul. If you're still reading, it means your spirit recognizes the truth. So, pause and tap the subscribe button right now to stay connected to future divine messages. Heaven doesn't beg twice, but when it speaks, those who listen are the ones who receive. If this has touched your heart, it's not an accident. It's alignment. Now, beloved, let's go deeper. Archangel Michael is showing me visions. Yes, they're clear. Of someone crying quietly in a bathroom just a few nights ago. Tired of the financial pressure. Tired of acting like everything is okay. You asked silently, God, is this ever going to change for me? And God heard you loudly. And my child, when heaven answers a prayer, it often places a simple path before you so you can move forward with peace, clarity, and faithful action instead of returning to fear. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the comments below. Because heaven does not only answer prayers. It prepares you to walk into the answer. In fact, your voice moved something in the spirit realm. That's why this message was rushed through. This isn't a motivational video. It's spiritual interception. Because if you don't hear this now, the enemy will try to whisper the opposite tomorrow. And God won't allow that. Not this time. Michael says, a financial blessing will arrive through an unexpected source, but it will look small at first, like a text, a chance, a phone call, something so normal you might ignore it. But the key is in the obedience. If you act, if you follow your instinct, the dominoes will fall fast. Heaven doesn't need weeks to change your life. It just needs your attention for these few minutes. You were never forgotten. Don't you dare think that your finances have not been cursed. They've been under surveillance. Heaven was watching how you handled lack. And now that you've passed the test, now that you still praised God even in private suffering, the reward has been activated. But child, listen. Rewards are claimed, not assumed. If you sit still, someone else might move in your place. God's mercy is not on a timer, but miracles often are. Heaven operates in windows, and this financial window will close by morning. Michael says, if you open your spirit right now, something in your bank account, something in your job life, something in your destiny will break open like floodgates. But if you walk away, that spiritual gate shuts, not out of punishment, but out of principle. Because obedience unlocks what begging never could. You're still here. That means your soul didn't just read this message. It absorbed it. You've crossed into a deeper awareness, a sacred realization that God is not distant, that Archangel Michael isn't a myth, and that this very moment was designed by heaven. You didn't find this message. This message found you. And it will live inside you long after you've closed this screen. You may feel tired. That's okay. Spiritual transformation takes energy. It takes vulnerability to be open this long. But that tiredness you feel isn't weakness. It's release. You've been carrying so much for so long without even realizing how heavy it's been. And now finally, you've let it go. You've passed it into the hands of heaven. And those hands are stronger, steadier, and more loving than anything you've known. Don't be surprised if tomorrow feels different. It might start quietly. You'll notice small changes. Maybe someone who normally drains your energy suddenly disappears. Maybe a message arrives at just the right moment. Maybe someone you haven't talked to in years suddenly reaches out with the words you needed. That's the ripple effect of divine timing. That's what happens when heaven steps in. And now, beloved, you've stepped into alignment. This isn't a message you just move on from. This is the kind of message that replays in your heart when you're walking alone, when you're laying in silence, when you're staring up at the ceiling at 3:33 a.m. That number, you'll notice it again. You'll smile because now you'll know that's heaven knocking. That's Michael checking in. That's God whispering. I'm still here. When you feel fear rise in the days to come, you'll remember this message. When you start doubting if you're worthy of love, of peace, of miracles, you'll remember these words were sent to you for a reason. You'll walk a little taller. Not because life is suddenly perfect, but because your spirit is now awake. You're no longer blind. You're no longer numb. You're no longer trapped in the illusion that you have to do this alone because you don't. You never did. Let the world talk. Let the critics mock. Let the doubters scoff. You have nothing to prove to anyone. God chose you. Heaven believes in you. Archangel Michael is proud of you. And that's enough. There is something beautiful waiting to bloom in your life. It may take days. It may take months. But now you will recognize it when it arrives. You'll be ready because you're no longer operating from fear. You're walking in faith. Don't be surprised if your dreams become more vivid. Don't be surprised if you begin to attract people with the same light in their eyes, the same strength in their hearts. Don't be surprised if doors that were sealed shut for years suddenly open. These are not accidents. These are the fruits of your yes. These are the rewards of your obedience. You'll begin to hear your intuition louder because it's no longer being drowned out by fear. You'll begin to see meaning in the smallest signs because your eyes are now spiritual. You'll begin to feel peace where there was once panic because you're now under divine shelter. Never forget this feeling, this moment, this miracle, because no matter what happens next, you're protected. You're seen. You're chosen. And if ever in the weeks ahead you start to doubt again, come back here. Reread this. Let it soak in. Let it hold you again. Because the words may end here, but the blessing, the energy, the covering, it never stops. You're not returning to life as it was. You're stepping into life as it's meant to be, full of presence, full of light, full of grace, and most of all, full of love. Now, rest, beloved. Rest knowing your angels are surrounding you. Rest knowing Archangel Michael is standing by your door. Rest knowing heaven has declared, you are safe now. You finally heard the message and you're never going back. You're still here. That means your spirit hasn't had enough yet because it knows. It knows this isn't just a message. This is a memory your soul was waiting to remember. You've walked through years of silence, wondering if God had forgotten your name. But heaven has been whispering it all along. And tonight, that whisper becomes a shout of light across your entire life. Archangel Michael hasn't moved. He's still by your side. His wings are wide. His sword is glowing. And his mission is simple. To make sure you don't fall back into the old you, the you that settled, the you that doubted, the you that apologized for your light. That version of you is being buried tonight. Right now. And the one who rises in the morning, that one is bold, brave, anointed, a vessel for God's presence in a world that needs light more than ever. You are not just being protected, you are being positioned. Every delay you thought was punishment was actually divine redirection. Every closed door was God saying, not here. I have better. And now you're stepping into that better. A timeline where peace flows like breath. Where blessings don't just touch your life, they flood it. Where your purpose isn't something you chase, it's something you carry. This isn't motivational fluff. This is spiritual reality being unlocked as you say yes with every beat of your heart. You're not going to fight every day for crumbs of peace anymore. You're going to live in peace. You're going to wake up with a calm mind, a full heart, and a knowing in your spirit that you are finally aligned with what God always meant for you. That heaviness in your chest that used to linger in the quiet, it's lifting. That confusion in your head that never stopped spinning, it's slowing down. You are not cursed. You are not lost. You are not invisible. You are seen. You are held. You are chosen. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you for weeks, maybe even months. But tonight, he got through. The resistance broke. Your heart opened. And now your life will never be the same. You're going to see it in small ways first. Like how your body feels lighter, like how conversations shift. Like how you're suddenly protected from people who used to trigger you. That's spiritual armor. That's divine covering. That's the fruit of what just happened in your spirit tonight. And when something tries to come against you again, because life will still have challenges, you'll remember this. You'll remember this stillness, this presence, this power. And you'll say, no, I'm not going back. I'm covered now. That's the truth. You're not going back to anxiety. You're not going back to fear. You're not going back to survival mode. You're walking forward in freedom. This message wasn't just a warning. It was a rescue from the old you, from the fear, from the lies. You know which ones I mean. The ones that said you're too much. The ones that said you'll never be enough. The ones that said you're always one step behind. Those lies died tonight. Heaven doesn't speak like that. And now that your heart's tuned into God's voice again, those lies won't stick like they used to because the truth has moved in and it's not leaving. You are free. You are safe. You are rising. Say it with me if your heart agrees. I accept this covering. I accept this peace. I accept this new beginning. I walk in protection. I live in truth. I was made for light and I will never go back. Feel that? That's your spirit roaring back to life. That's the echo of heaven saying, yes, my child. This is who you've always been. And when you wake up tomorrow, everything will feel different because it is different. Because you are different because tonight was the night heaven touched your home. And this time you didn't skip it. You opened it. You received it. And now all of heaven is smiling, watching, and walking with you every step of the way. Rest now. You are held. You are whole. You are home. You may not realize it now, but in the spirit realm, you've just made one of the most powerful decisions of your life. And heaven is rejoicing over you. Yes, you. Not some perfect version of you. Not the version with all the answers. The you that's been hurt, lost, confused, tired. The you who opened this with hesitation. The you who stayed even when doubt tried to pull you away. Heaven celebrates that version because that's the real you. That's the one God has been loving all along. You didn't just read a message tonight. You unlocked a portal. A portal of protection, of peace, of spiritual renewal. And the moment you said, I receive, heaven took it seriously. The angels around you took their positions. Archangel Michael tightened his grip on the sword of fire. Darkness sensed your awakening and it trembled. Because now you're aware. Now you've aligned. And now nothing will be the same again. You're going to feel it in the coming days. The heaviness will lift little by little. The fog that clouded your judgment, your energy, your spirit, it will begin to dissolve. You'll look at the same situations with clearer eyes. What once felt unbearable will suddenly seem manageable. What once felt hopeless will start to glimmer with light. This is not delusion. This is not imagination. This is what happens when heaven steps in. And don't be surprised if people start noticing. They'll say, you seem different or there's something glowing about you. And they won't be wrong. That's your aura shifting. That's angelic energy lingering around you. That's divine light marking you. Because when heaven touches someone, the whole world feels the ripple. But I must tell you something important. Protect this encounter. Don't rush back into noise. Don't numb yourself with distraction. Let tonight breathe. Let these words echo in you. Heaven just made a deposit into your soul. And like any seed, it must be guarded. You don't have to do anything dramatic. Just stay open. Stay willing. Keep whispering. Speak God. I'm still listening. And oh beloved, when you pray next time, it'll feel different, more real, more intimate. Not like begging a distant God, but like speaking to a loving Father who already knows your voice, because He does. You were never talking into silence. You were never just hoping someone was listening. He was, He is, and now He's responding in ways you'll begin to see with every passing day. Start writing down what happens from now. The dreams, the signs, the sudden ideas, the people who come back, the things that just click. This is the beginning of your alignment with the divine timeline. Heaven's timing. And when you're in sync with heaven, doors open that no man can shut. Opportunities align that no algorithm can explain. Miracles begin to move in stealth until suddenly they become undeniable. And remember, this isn't a one-time moment. It's the first of many. Archangel Michael isn't just passing through. He's been assigned to you. You've been marked for divine protection. So, when you feel afraid, remember this. You are not alone. You are surrounded. You are shielded. You are safe. And my child, when heaven surrounds you with peace, it also reveals a simple path so you can move forward with clarity, wisdom, and faithful steps instead of returning to old burdens. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the comments below. Because heaven is not only covering you. It is preparing you to walk differently. The room you're in, it's filled with light, even if your eyes can't see it. The corners of your house watched by warrior angels. Your bed guarded, your heart sealed in divine peace. Tonight, no weapon shall form, no fear shall enter, no torment shall return. You are covered. So breathe. You've done the bravest thing. You opened your heart to God. That's all heaven needed. Just a sliver, just a yes, just a few seconds of honesty. And now the heavens have moved on your behalf. And if you ever forget how loved you are, come back to this message. Read it again. Let it remind you. Let it reignite you. Let it anchor you in truth when the world feels like a storm. You are not a mistake. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are God's child. And tonight you remembered. Heaven is proud of you. Michael is watching over you. And God is smiling. You are free. You are loved. You are chosen. And this is just the beginning. Archangel Michael says, don't doubt these signs. Don't explain them away like you've done before. This time you must pay attention because God is trying to speak to you through everything, through silence, through sound, through people, through things you thought were random. He is using the smallest details to guide you tonight. The reason you're being pulled toward this message right now at this exact time is because something inside your house, something in your atmosphere is about to change. A spiritual reversal, a moment where what was blocked becomes released, where what was hidden becomes revealed. And it's going to begin tonight, not tomorrow. If your spirit has been restless, it's because your environment is too small for your future and heaven has already begun making room. That's why some people distanced themselves. That's why certain plans fell through. That's why your emotions have felt out of control. It's not chaos, it's preparation. When heaven is ready to move, it creates space by removing what's unnecessary. You thought it was loss, but it was divine cleaning. You thought you were being punished, but God was simply pulling you closer. He had to get your attention. And now that you're here reading this, it's time to listen deeply. Tonight will be different. You may not see lightning or hear thunder, but in your spirit, you'll feel a sudden shift. As if your soul knows something is crossing over. The angel says this isn't about fear. It's about readiness. You're not being warned because something bad is coming. You're being invited to witness what heaven has prepared for you. Someone has made a decision behind the scenes that will bless you. Someone who once turned away from you is having second thoughts because God has intervened. You may get a message soon, a call, a sign, or someone may even show up unexpectedly, saying words that feel rehearsed, but they're real because the angels have been rehearsing them in that person's heart for days. You're not losing your mind. You're stepping into alignment. That's why you're being tested emotionally. God is checking your heart posture. Are you still open to miracles? Are you still willing to believe in the impossible? Archangel Michael says your yes is powerful tonight. If you say yes to faith, yes to trust, yes to letting go of fear, even in your weakness, then tonight something spiritual will be unlocked for you. And your household will not be the same again. There's a reason the enemy tried so hard to distract you lately. Why everything became heavy. Why your energy was so low and even getting out of bed felt like a battle. Because he sensed what was coming before you did. The breakthrough, the clarity, the favor, the surprise encounter, the healing that's arriving tonight is so powerful that the enemy tried to wear you out before it got here. But you didn't give up. You're still here. And now God is responding not with noise, but with miracles. Close your eyes for a moment, child. Breathe. Feel the atmosphere around you. Something holy is passing through your space. That's why you keep feeling chills. That's why your heart beats faster when you sense something near. That's why you keep checking your phone like something important is about to happen. Your spirit knows before your mind does. And it's right. Something is coming. A divine interruption. And it's not scary. It's sacred. Tonight is the night where your prayer life will shift. You may feel drawn to speak aloud even when no one is around. That's your spirit responding to heaven. Don't be shy, speak, pray, declare. Archangel Michael says, your voice carries authority now. And the moment you use it, things in the atmosphere begin to respond. God is giving you back control, not over people, but over your peace. Your home is becoming a place of rest again. No more spiritual heaviness. No more invisible tension. Tonight it breaks. Tonight you rise. Someone connected to you is going to feel this too. You may be surprised who contacts you. They won't know why they're thinking about you. They'll just feel pulled toward you like a magnet. That's the angels working behind the scenes. God is rearranging hearts, restoring broken ties, rekindling connections that were divine but damaged. He's not sending people back to waste your time. He's sending back what still has purpose, what was left unfinished, what still carries your name in their spirit. If your heart is still guarded, I understand you've been through pain. You've learned to protect your peace. But God says, let me in again just for tonight. Let me show you that love still lives here. Let me show you that your name has not been forgotten in heaven. He's not angry with you. He's not disappointed. He understands why you built those walls. But now he's gently tapping on them. And if you open that door just a little, he will flood the room with peace so strong. You'll finally sleep without fear. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to be available. Heaven does the rest. Archangel Michael is already standing guard at your door tonight. No evil will pass. No harm will touch you. You are surrounded, covered, watched, loved. Even when you feel alone, heaven is heavily invested in your future. That's why this message found you. That's why you're reading it with tears in your eyes. Because your soul has been waiting to hear that God never left. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this isn't just another message. This is a divine moment, a heavenly countdown. Because while you're reading these words, something you've been praying for silently is being brought forward publicly. Something that was once hidden is coming into the light. That's why your heart is beating faster. That's why you feel this strange mix of peace and urgency. God is aligning time, people, and doors for you. Some doors are about to open tonight. Not physical ones, but emotional, financial, and spiritual ones. The kind of doors that only God can open. And when He does, no one can shut them. I need you to understand this, child. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You have not missed your season. It's been delayed, yes, but never denied. Heaven has been waiting for the exact right moment. And Archangel Michael is announcing that moment is now. You are walking into a divine encounter. Whether you realize it or not, tonight something shifts in your favor. A thought changes in someone's mind. A decision is made behind closed doors. And though you may not see the full result yet, the process begins tonight. There's someone who has been watching you from a distance. Not in a harmful way, but in wonder because they see something in you they can't explain. They feel something when they think about you that makes no sense to their logic. What they don't realize is that what they're sensing is your anointing, your divine purpose, the oil God placed on your life, and it's drawing people in. Some will be inspired. Some will be convicted. Some will be confused. But all will be touched because your presence is changing the energy in every room you enter. You don't just walk in, you carry the presence of the Most High with you. And tonight, someone's heart is being awakened toward you. A person who was spiritually asleep when it came to you is now being stirred. And God is the one doing it. You don't need to manipulate. You don't need to beg. Just be still. Let God fight this battle. Let Archangel Michael continue what he's already started. He's not just a messenger. He's a warrior. And he's already moved through the halls of your home tonight. Placing protection where there was once vulnerability, planting peace where there was once anxiety. God says, you don't have to try so hard anymore. Just trust me. I'm already working. Yes, it's been quiet. Yes, it's been dark. But child, seeds grow in silence, and miracles begin in midnight hours. The hour of your visitation is near. The angel is standing over your home with an assignment, a release, a new beginning. It's not coming next month or next year. It's starting right now. Listen closely. Tonight is the turning point. Someone who ignored your worth will be reminded of what they lost. Someone who underestimated you will begin to hear your name whispered in places of power. Someone who walked away thinking you'd stay broken will regret their decision. But none of this is about revenge. It's about restoration. God is not trying to prove people wrong. He's trying to prove to you that he's still right here. Take one more breath. Slow down your thoughts and let my voice speak deeper than your fears. I've never stopped watching you. I've never stopped loving you. And even when you felt unworthy, my plans for you never changed. That thing you lost, I can restore it. That person who left, if they were meant to return, I will send them. That financial stress you're under, I have provision waiting for you in the most unexpected place. Trust me, child. Just trust me tonight. Archangel Michael says, keep your phone close tonight. Not out of fear, but because a message, a confirmation, or a spiritual sign may come when you least expect it. And when it does, don't question it. Just know that it was heaven's way of saying, I heard you. I see you. I've answered. This is why I've been waking you up at night. This is why your body feels strange at certain hours. This is why you get chills for no reason. You're sensitive to the spirit realm. And tonight, your sensitivity is going to align with divine activity. You may cry unexpectedly. You may feel overwhelmed with peace. You may even fall into the deepest sleep you've had in months. Let it happen. That's the Holy Spirit moving through you. That's the heavenly realm touching earth inside your home. Don't underestimate what's happening right now. Just because it feels quiet doesn't mean it's small. Heaven always moves in ways that feel gentle before the breakthrough appears. What's coming will be loud, bold, and undeniable. But tonight, it's stillness before the miracle. Preparation before celebration. You've waited long enough. You've cried long enough. You've wondered long enough. And God says, now it begins. Now hear me, child. I didn't bring you this far just to leave you confused. I didn't let you survive all those nights just to keep you wondering why you're still here. You're here because your story is not over. You're here because heaven still has scenes left to unfold. And the part that's coming next is the one you cried for. The one you whispered about when no one was around. The one you thought I forgot, but I didn't. I wrote it in my book. And tonight, I've assigned angels to begin turning the pages. The clock may look ordinary tonight, but in the spirit, it is ticking toward transformation. There's a timeline that's being restructured for your sake. Delays are being cancelled. Detours are ending. And what you thought would take years may begin to happen in days. I can do in 1 hour what people couldn't do for you in 10 years. I can shift hearts. I can unlock doors. I can realign destiny with a whisper. And Archangel Michael is already in position, preparing the atmosphere so you can receive it. This is your confirmation. That door you're afraid to knock on. I'm about to open it from the inside. That apology you're hoping for. I'm working on it in someone's heart as we speak. That provision you desperately need, I've already released it. You'll see a sign in the next few days. But tonight, something invisible will change. And you will feel it before you see it. That's how faith works. This is why I've sent this message so urgently. Why Archangel Michael is not asking you but commanding you to open this message now. Because you are standing on a spiritual threshold and I didn't want you to miss it. You've walked through too much pain to miss this joy. You've lost too many nights of sleep to miss this peace. And you've suffered quietly for far too long to miss this moment of divine reversal. If your heart is heavy, let me lift it. If your spirit is tired, let me carry you. If your hope is fading, let me refill it. Because what's coming into your life is not a coincidence. It is compensation. For every wrong you endured, for every moment you were overlooked. For every prayer you thought I didn't hear, I'm answering you now. And this answer comes with favor. It comes with evidence. It comes with my signature on it. There's someone who's going to say your name this week in a way that opens doors. There's someone who's going to admit what they couldn't say before. Someone who once walked away will stop running. Not because of guilt, but because of grace. They'll feel something shift and they won't be able to explain it. But you'll know it was me. It was me the whole time. I've been behind every whisper, every dream, every delay. And now I'm behind every open door. So tonight, lay down in peace. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is now protected. Your house is not just a home. It is holy ground. Angels are stationed at every corner. Archangel Michael is standing at your front door. No harm will pass, no fear will enter, and no darkness will last. You've entered a new timeline, a divine calendar, a sacred moment, and it starts right now. Don't rush away from this. Sit with it. Let my voice echo in your soul. Let the truth of this moment pour through you like light through a window. And if you feel tears, let them fall. They're not weakness. They're release. They're the signal that something has broken in the spirit. The old season is ending. The new has begun. And if you believe, even with trembling hands and a tired heart, just whisper back to me, "Yes, Lord, I receive it." That's all I need. That's your access point. That's your agreement with heaven. And once you say it, things will never be the same again. Before you close this message, I need you to take one more step. If this word touched your soul, don't let it disappear. Subscribe now. Not for the sake of numbers, but for the sake of your spirit. You need this connection. You need this voice in your life because I will continue to speak, and the next time something urgent comes like tonight, you'll be ready not just emotionally but spiritually. So go ahead, subscribe and then sit in silence for a moment. Listen for my voice, feel for my presence, and remember this forever. You were chosen. You were covered. And you were never forgotten. What's about to happen in your house tonight is already happening. And it is holy. My dear child, listen closely. Archangel Michael has come forward with a voice louder than thunder, gentler than the wind, and more urgent than ever before. I am the Lord your God, and I am speaking every word of this message to you not by chance but by divine appointment. What you are about to hear is not ordinary. This is not just a message. It is a command from heaven. There's something happening behind your back right now. And time is slipping fast. 30 minutes. That's all. And I need your full heart open. I need your full attention because someone who you trusted, someone who smiled in front of you, has secretly agreed to something that places your name on a list you were never meant to be on. A spiritual deal coated in darkness was made in a moment of weakness, jealousy, or greed. And now you are being targeted not because you did something wrong, but because your light was too bright for them to bear. You were never supposed to know this, but heaven has overruled the silence. Archangel Michael has raised his sword and said enough is enough. I allowed this delay to wake you up, to protect you before it was too late. That's why you're seeing this message right now. It was not your scrolling finger or the algorithm. It was me. I placed this message in front of your eyes because the door that is about to open in the unseen realm can either protect you or expose you. That depends on what you do in the next few minutes. My angels are gathering. Your name is on the list of protected ones. But if you turn away from this moment, the shield will fall short. Let me be very clear, child. This is not to scare you. It's to shake you awake. A shocking deal, one not meant for your good, was just confirmed in a spiritual space by someone who pretends to care. But the intention behind their words is not love, it's control. They don't want you to rise. They don't want you to find out how much favor you carry, how close your blessing really is. You've been wondering why things feel delayed, why your heart feels heavy when you wake up, why you keep seeing strange signs in your dreams and can't explain the tension in your spirit. It's not your imagination. This is the confirmation you prayed for in silence. The unrest in your heart is because your spirit has been sensing something no one else is talking about until now. Listen to me. Do not ignore this divine alert. Archangel Michael is standing near you right now. Even as you read this, his wings are spread wide over your space and his hands are shaking with the fire of truth. He's trying to get your attention because the time to act is now, not later, not tomorrow. The countdown has already begun. 30 minutes left before this hidden deal becomes a full force against you. But here's the good news. I will cancel the deal. I will expose it. I will reverse every effect of the weapon if you receive this message with faith. Do not run. Do not doubt. Just keep reading. Stay under my voice. Stay where it's safe. My child, you were chosen to rise. That's why you've been fought so hard. The attacks were not proof that you're weak. They were evidence that you're destined. And the people who cannot handle your divine glow have tried to extinguish your light with secrets and manipulation. But I am the God who sees everything. Nothing is hidden from me. And I will not allow you to fall into a trap that was dug behind your back. You have no idea how many conversations took place without your knowledge. But heaven recorded every word. The person who smiled at you was planning to delay your destiny. The one who claimed to support you was privately sending energy your way to confuse your decisions. But today, I'm clearing the fog. I'm removing the cover. You are my child and your steps are too important to be controlled by anyone's jealousy. Love letter. Pause right now and subscribe to this divine message. This is not just a video or a post. It's your lifeline. Subscribing connects you directly to the messages I'm sending for your protection. Your next miracle, your next warning, your next answer might come in the next hour. Stay alert. Stay connected. I do not want you to miss anything. Love letter. And now I say this with my voice trembling in love and authority. Do not go back to sleep spiritually. You've been too passive about certain people. You've been too forgiving of energy that comes to drain you. I love your heart, but your kindness has been misused by the wrong hands. And now they have tried to make a final move without your awareness. But I'm exposing it because I promise to always give you an escape. I will never let you walk blind when danger is near. You are not alone. You are not vulnerable. You are not weak. You are protected by my angels. And the person who is trying to shift something behind your back will be shocked when they find out that I, the Lord your God, intervened. They will be confused when they realize that what they planned in darkness has been exposed by divine light. That's why you're reading this now, because the light just hit the deal and it can no longer remain hidden. Archangel Michael has marked you as a priority right now. Your house, your heart, your plans, everything is being guarded as we speak, but your cooperation matters. I am asking you to open your heart right now and let my spirit speak without interruption. The time of playing small is over. The time of ignoring your instincts is gone. I placed the voice of discernment in you for a reason, and this moment is your training ground. If you've ever doubted your intuition before, don't doubt it now. You are not wrong to feel what you're feeling. You are not wrong to be cautious. You are right to stay on alert because the next minutes are crucial. Let them talk. Let them plot. Let them whisper behind closed doors. But don't forget, I hold the keys. I am the one who opens and closes every door. And no human agreement, no matter how secretive, can override my will for you. I created you for more. And I will not let you become a victim of spiritual schemes. That's why I'm shaking things right now. That's why people are about to be exposed. That's why certain connections are going to suddenly break without explanation. I'm protecting you even if it feels like rejection. Now hear me as I say this. You are about to be repositioned. This attack will not reach you. This strategy will backfire. This deal will be destroyed. But your next 30 minutes requires stillness, awareness, and faith. Keep reading. Stay connected to my voice. I have more to say. Now that you've spoken those words, heaven has moved. The moment you said it, the plans made against you began to shake. Something invisible just cracked. You may not see it right now, but a chain has broken in the spirit realm. I allowed you to see the signs, and now I'm allowing you to break free from the trap. The person involved in this deal didn't expect this. They thought you'd stay unaware. They counted on your kindness, your silence, your faith in people. But your faith in people is not your weakness. It's your strength. Because even when others move in darkness, you still stand in the light. But now it's time to step into your power with clarity. Someone is observing you closely, not just out of interest, but to track your movements, your habits, your energy. There is a watchful spirit behind this deal. They are trying to understand how you shine the way you do, how your spirit stays calm in the storm. They want to study you like a mystery, but they will fail because what you carry is not human-made. It is God-given. They won't understand how you always rise, but that's not your job to explain. Your only responsibility right now is to guard your energy and move wisely. When you feel that push to delay something or avoid a certain place, that's not fear. That's me guiding you. This is the season where I remove false people from your life, even if it hurts. Because your peace matters more than their presence. Some people were only connected to you because they thought they could gain something. But you're not a shortcut to their blessing. You are a chosen vessel. And chosen ones go through more because they carry more. You weren't imagining the delay in your blessings. It wasn't just bad timing. There was interference. The energy sent to you was slowing down your clarity, making you doubt your own gifts. That confusion wasn't natural. It was intentional. But I've cancelled it now. I've sent Archangel Michael to stand guard at the door of your life. And every deal made against you is now collapsing, even as you read this. But you must be alert, not afraid, just aware. When your soul feels uneasy, don't ignore it. When someone suddenly comes closer to you with odd behavior, pay attention. When an offer feels a little too perfect, ask me about it before you say yes. I don't want you to miss what's coming next because the blessing waiting for you is much bigger than the betrayal trying to stop you. You are walking into a season of divine reversals. What was meant to block you will end up blessing you. What they tried to steal will multiply in your hands. But there's something I need you to understand. And it's very important. Not everyone can come with you. I know you have a soft heart. I know you love deeply, even those who don't always treat you right. But this next level requires space. And some people can't breathe where you're going. If I take them out of your life, it's because they would have choked your peace if I left them in. So don't hold the door open for people I already removed. Don't try to carry the weight of someone else's jealousy. Let me carry it. Let me clean what you cannot confront. You're not alone in this. Your angels are surrounding your space. That heavy pressure you felt lately, that wasn't stress. That was spiritual warfare. But now it's lifting. Do you feel it? That peace in your chest. That calm coming over your mind. That's the beginning of your restoration. But I have one question for you. Will you trust me even when it doesn't make sense? Will you trust that I saw what you couldn't see? Will you trust that I love you too much to let this deal ruin you? Will you trust that if I revealed it, I've already rescued you? If your answer is yes, then stay close to this voice. Stay connected to these messages. Not because they're emotional, but because they are divine. These are not words from a person. These are instructions from heaven and they are meant to deliver you from a very specific trap designed to look like a blessing. You have 30 minutes not in fear but in faith. This is not about counting time. It's about moving before it's too late. Open your eyes. Ask me for clarity. Watch the signs I send. I never warn without a purpose. And I never speak without a plan. I want you to sit quietly for a moment and breathe with me. Close your eyes. Let everything else fade away. Because this moment right now is sacred. There's a reason you found this message. A reason you're reading these exact words at this exact time. It's not coincidence. It's divine appointment. I made sure you would see this before anything else could reach you. Archangel Michael has stood between you and this storm for long enough, but now it's your turn to rise. You must claim your authority. You must stop walking around as if you are powerless. You are not weak. You are not lost. You are not late. You are chosen. Chosen to carry light in a world that has tried again and again to dim you. Chosen to love people who didn't always love you back. Chosen to walk through fire and still come out without the smell of smoke. And now chosen to know the truth before it's too late. They made a deal, but it doesn't define you. They whispered lies, but it doesn't shape your truth. They plotted behind your back, but I was already 10 steps ahead of them. I allowed you to feel the tension in your spirit for a reason. That uneasiness wasn't a mistake. You were sensing the disruption that others were too afraid to see. You've been gifted with something so rare, spiritual sight. And it's why some people couldn't stay connected to you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your discernment made them uncomfortable. The deal they made didn't just include your name. It included your destiny. They thought they could pause your purpose by touching your reputation. They thought they could slow your calling by injecting doubt into your spirit. But I am God, and no man or woman has the power to rewrite what I have written. Let me ask you something. Why do you think you've been feeling tired even after sleeping? Why do you think your plans kept getting delayed even though you're working harder than ever? Why do you think your spirit kept warning you even when nothing seemed wrong on the outside? Because your soul saw it before your eyes did. And now I'm confirming it. You're the target, but not the victim. They made a deal to stop you, but I am making a decree to promote you. They tried to remove you from the path, but I'm placing you in front of the very doors they wanted to block. The next 24 hours are spiritual. You may not notice it in the physical yet, but in the spirit, chains are breaking. Contracts are being cancelled. Your name is being pulled from the lips of your enemies and placed into the heart of your blessings. Because of this, I'm giving you back everything they tried to take from you. Your joy, your clarity, your voice, your confidence, your timing, your strength, your peace. Everything is coming back. But it's coming back purified. What once felt heavy will now feel holy. What once felt like rejection will now feel like redirection. What once made you cry will now make you stronger. They thought they could erase you. But they didn't know who they were messing with. You belong to me. You were marked before the day you were born. There's a reason their plans never worked the way they wanted. Because I blocked it every single time. Even when you didn't see it. Even when you blamed yourself. Even when you almost gave up, I was fighting battles for you behind the scenes. Archangel Michael was standing by the door and angels were intercepting the negative energy being thrown your way. But now you are stepping into the light. And the enemy doesn't like that because once a chosen one becomes awakened, the game changes forever. You've walked through storms in silence, carrying pain that no one could see. You smiled when your heart was aching. You prayed when you had no strength left to speak. You stayed kind in a world that tried to make you hard. And now is your time to be lifted. They don't know what you survived. They don't know what it took for you to still believe. They don't know how many nights you cried while still saying, God, I trust you. But I saw. And that's why I'm shifting everything around you right now. That deal made behind your back. It had a time limit. It was built on deception. And I don't allow lies to stand forever. They said your name in that room, but they forgot one thing. Your name is sacred. You are not someone they can trade for gain. You are not a name to be placed on paper and handed off in darkness. You are not a pawn in someone else's selfish game. You are my child and no one, I said no one, can sign away something that belongs to me. That's why Archangel Michael is moving fast today. My child, we run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.